Oh no, I'm leaking all the details. Get it off my screen. Whoa, get it off my screen. Get it off my screen. Whoa, whoa, cover your eyes, avert your eyes, everyone. How is everyone doing today? How are you all? Sorry, I just had some sensitive OBS details on the screen. Got to make sure those are you got to be careful these days about what you're leaking on stream here. Before you know it, you leak a whole video and everyone sees it. How is everyone? Welcome. I'm gonna need you guys to tell me if I'm too quiet or too loud, because this is gonna be interesting considering the fact that here, let me do this. So today we're tier listing FAZBEAR Frights. I don't know if you guys read the title, but that's what we're doing today. But I'm having some technical difficulties because I tried recording earlier and my mic literally broke down and had some issues. So we're figuring it out live, alright? I guess that's why you never put a date forward that you can't actually go up to. So, hi everyone, welcome to today's stream. Let me put you guys up here so I can actually see you. Okay, I can see. Your volume sounds fine. Thank you very much. What's up, Steven? How you doing? How is everyone? Alright, let me pull up this. Okay, there we go. I can see myself. I can see you guys. And I can see that, and that stack of books right there that you guys cannot see off screen. So, oh, Emily, congrats on being a 2-month member. Maximum, you did get a membership from Bias. You're going to have to thank Bias for that one. What's up, Martin? What's up, Nick? Minty, hello, everyone. Peepaw Afton, I just like saying that. What's up, Iron Breakfast? Iron Fist. Moses, how you doing? Goku's Food, hello. And what's up, Cheese Monkey? So how is it? So we're here, everyone, all right? We are here. We're if you guys don't know, there's a FAZBEAR Fright series that I did. It got really popular among you guys. You guys want a second one. So, I thought to celebrate the fact that that video is coming out, we should do a full tier list of every story within these books. Oh, frick, they're out of order. Within these books. Every story. Every single one. I'm going to... Sorry, you guys. Fell a little bit. My camera is just... Norton, you jump scared me. Alright. Alright, I think that's fine. But yeah, this is... What's up, Crashmaster? So, this is the perfect tier list. Remember, I'm never wrong. So, this is going to be the perfect tier list. I'm not wrong. So, everything in here is correct. It's 100% exactly as it should be. Okay? Alright? My camera is pissing me off. You guys are a little crooked. Hi. Hi, guys. Welcome back. You guys are not crooked anymore. So, let me put you on. Let me show you guys what we got. Let me see. Can you guys see it? Oh, you can't. Right here. Right here. Here, let me show you guys. This is a stack right here. This is a stack. This is the books that we're rating today. We got all of them. I bought the jumbo book, which has saved me so much money. If you're going to get the books, I recommend you buy that. I was like really cheap. So, okay. What's up, Bot Rex? Thank you for joining, finally. What a horrible bot. Okay, so this is what we're doing. This is each and every one of them. And they're going to be in order. So let me show you guys the tier list. Let me show you the tier list. Let me show you the tier list. Let me show you the tier list. Let me show you. There it is. Okay, there you go. Sorry. I was afraid that it would take me a little bit longer. Okay, this is the tier list. Okay, so I want to throw a little bit of a curveball in today's tier list because, you see, I'm not normal, all right? I'm weird. I read all these books. I'm a FNAF fan. I've admitted it. Okay, I'm a weird person. So, I've decided that today, we're not going to use the traditional S, A, B, C, D. That's disgusting. Who wants... Yeah, no, I didn't fix the mic, Iron Fist, but I appreciate you trying to help me earlier. Okay, listen. We're going to do this. Okay, I thought, since it's boring to just do S, A, B, C, D, I thought that we would do some different things. So today, in the S tier category, we will do actually good, because that's how these go. Not actually good. Actually good. Okay, actually good. Then in the A category we have bearable. We're no longer rating these because these are different. These are different. Okay, these are different. B, we will have mid slash no thanks, meaning it's not inspiring. It's not inspiring. You're like, do I really want to read this? Okay, reading this, and then this is just like painful. This is just painful. This is just painful, right? Then below that is painful. So it goes mid, like that's like one where you're like, all right, I can shake that off, okay? Then is the next one, which is painful, and then at the last one is shoot me. Shoot me. That is the last one. Shoot me is the territory when you're just like, I would rather take a bullet to my left foot than actually read this book. That is how bad this is, okay? That goes to show you the strong opinions that I have about this franchise, okay? That goes to show you how I feel about this. Thanks for buying the books. We don't have to pay for them. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Sorry, my stand is pissing me off. It's going way too low. Okay, cool. So, we got everything. We have everything. We have our tier list. We have the tiers of what we're going to rank this. The last one should be Springlock. No, I think Shoot Me is better. Shoot Me. Shoot Me. That is actually what I think about some of these books, okay? Did I get a haircut? No, I just took a shower. So, I'm clean, guys. See? Sorry. Yeah, I was really behind on getting ready for the stream. I had a whole recording fiasco a couple seconds ago. So, I was trying to record a video, and my entire setup decided to basically just die. It just basically, my mic died, my PC was acting up, everything was acting up. But now we're here, and we're going to enjoy this book tier list. So, these are in order, by the way. And I just want to let you know, I'm not doing the epilogues. I consider the epilogues to kind of be like all one thing. So, I think that like they're one continuous story, despite how bad it could be. Nick, I hate you. Nick, goodness gracious. Really? Did I really deserve that? Oh my goodness. Nick just absolutely just destroyed me in my own chat. That's disgusting. I won't be doing the epilogues because the epilogues, I believe, are a little too they're kind of like one. They're kind of like one story, so I don't really want to tell them individually, despite how broken they may be. I'd rather just do them kind of like individually. That's kind of what I want to do. So, screenshot that, Martin. So, to start things off, before we do this, I have to just really quickly, we're just going to rub Freddy for good luck. Rub Freddy for good luck. This is a good luck charm. Freddy is a good luck charm because some of you are going to be very angry with me by the end of this. And I am rubbing him for good luck because I can already tell you that some of you are going to actually want to dissect my brain and find out what's wrong with me. But trust me, I'm correct, you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong, I'm correct. That's how this goes. Alright? Alright, ready? So, number 1, Into the Pit. Now, if you guys don't know Into the Pit is a kid named Oswald. Basically, his dad, he goes to a pizzeria. There's a ball pit. It goes back in time. It goes back. He meets some friends. It's not like Jeff's Pizza. Goes back in time. He keeps going back in time to meeting these friends from what used to be a Freddy FAZBEAR's. And then one day, he goes back in time, and it's the actual MCI. It's the day that William Afton goes, and people just start dying. People drop dead. Okay. People go, and they die. So, Into the Pit is that story. Then basically his dad gets replaced by Springtrap in the real world. Everyone thinks, Spring Bonnie. Everyone thinks that it's his dad. He's the only one that sees Spring Bonnie. And then by the end, he's dead. Okay. Really quick question. I want you to know something. Throughout the rest of this FAZBEAR Frights, there are other mentions of William Afton. So this, just to let you know, to any of you that think that, the FAZBEAR Frights are canon to the games, what are you talking about? Literally, there are like 3 Aftons. There's one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh my goodness, these games. Ooh, okay. This is gonna get bad. This is gonna get rough. It doesn't even make sense. The story does not make sense with that FAZBEAR Fright. So whatever. But this story. That's how this starts. That is how this starts. That's just how this starts. That's just how this goes. Okay, great. Awesome. So, listen. The first story, Into the Pit. This story is so mid. Now, what do I mean by mid? Well, it's really weird. Listen, guys, if you like this story, good on you. Good on you. But I just want to let you know that you cannot deny how weird this story gets. There is literally a Spring Bonnie replaces a dude's dad. This was a very weird beginning to the FNAF. Okay, this is a very weird beginning to the FNAF books, and I will tell you that time traveling ball pits was definitely not originally in FNAF before. Now it is. So if you believe that this is, if you like the story, good on you. But I personally could not just get by the weird, and it's weird. Trust me, I know it's weird. It's FNAF, but it was like the story just didn't really. It wasn't really that like amazing. It was just kind of like they introduced this cool concept of a time traveling ball pit. You go back to one of the most interesting dates of FNAF, and then some dude's dad gets replaced by Spring Bonnie. That was what you came up with. That's what we spent all our time on. And I'm not selling to you for the cent because I have to read them at some point again, just for a future video, just in case. So I'm saving them. Sorry, I can't sell them. But it was so weird. It was like it just didn't. It was just kind of like, what's the point? What was the point of bringing this dude back if you're just going to have him replace a dude's dad? It was weird. It was not good. It was very it's not good, but remember, comparing these to the other FAZBEAR Frights, You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's kind of like a little, you gotta just, that was what they did. That was their decision. It stunk. Okay, on to the next one, To Be Beautiful. To Be Beautiful is bearable. Now, why is it bearable? Some of you might actually really love this story, and I think I did some reflection before this tier list stream that I had planned, and I just want to let you know, I was originally going to put To Be Beautiful and Actually Good, but I put it in bearable because I realized that I didn't really love the story. I just realized that it's really just better than some of the other ones. So I think that if we're putting on a tier list of like its own level, it's bearable. It's not great, it's not fantastic, but it's good. It's like a story that I can read and be like, hey, that's cool. Someone got replaced by the dude, the Eleanor. That's cool. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Illusion disc technology. That's pretty cool. I can respect that, and I can walk away without being a very angry man. Okay, I can respect it. So To Be Beautiful goes into the bearable category. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Good. Good. That was it. Cool. Documented theory that the ball pit wasn't actually time traveling ball pit, but it was just remnant and horrible memories that made him relive, but it wasn't actually time traveling. I feel like they make it very clear. Also, in the future, I think that they make it clear because I'm pretty sure the ball pit... listen, guys, it's been a bit since I've read these, okay? The FAZBEAR FRIGHT script took me a while, but it's been a bit since I read these. So I'm pretty sure that it's confirmed that it was time traveling. In the future, they confirmed that. In the future, they confirm that haul. So To Be Beautiful falls in the bearable category. Next up is Count the Ways. Now, if you guys don't know, Count the Ways is Millie... This is actually going to throw me off. Okay, cool. Count the Ways is the story of Millie, and Millie basically is like a goth, emo, I don't know what you want to call it. Millie's very interesting, and Millie is kind of like very dramatic and everything, and one day during Christmas, which hurt my feelings that she did this during Christmas, but one day during Christmas, she heads out and basically throws a temper tantrum and goes to her grandfather's shed where she finds a Funtime Freddy that she climbs into. Listen to the logic here. Listen to the logic. Just you tell me if you would do this, because if you would do this, we need to put you in like some bubble foam, like the bubble wrap, just because you are a threat to yourself. If you would hop into a Funtime Freddy costume to hide from people, okay, just think of the logic. Think of the logic. Just I will let you go through your mind, but just think of the logic. You would climb into the Funtime Freddy suit. So she climbs into the Funtime Freddy suit to get in. Okay, all right, okay. Just saying. Listen, just think. Then Funtime Freddy comes into life. Just comes to life. Basically starts talking to her. Tells her basically, like I said in the video, he's like a waiter giving her different ways to die, the things that he could do, and that's it. She ends up dying. That's basically how it goes. She thinks she makes an appearance later. Funtime Freddy has a whole bunch of lore implications. Why is Funtime Freddy outside a restaurant? How does that make sense? How is he outside of the basement, the bunker? Doesn't make sense because, it's Ennard that leaves, not Funtime Freddy. Yada, yada, yada. So, I'm going to be entirely honest. This is the same as To Be Beautiful. I really liked this story when I read it, but then I looked back and I realized that my view of this story is corrupted by how bad some of these other stories are. So, I'm gonna tell you. Count the Ways is in painful. I just realized that I did not like this story. It's just comparing it to other ones, and I realized I did not have fun, and it was not. Whoa, what happened? I did not have fun. What the heck? Sorry, I'm trying to open the chat. It disappeared. The chat disappeared. I can't see you guys. Sorry guys, I can't see you. You guys disappeared for me for a sec. You guys disappeared. I can't see you. Where you are? There you go. Okay, cool. Sorry, you guys kind of went missing. There we go. Okay, it disappeared. All right, cool. You're back. Hi guys. So, there are a ton of books maximum. So, to count the ways was I think I would rather read Into the Pit than Count the Ways. Okay, that's my simple take. That's it. Great. On to the next one. Remember, we're skipping the epilogues. Fetch is actually good. Now I know I ripped the main character of Fetch. If you guys don't Fetch, these kids go into an old abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Basically, what happens is Fetch. Fetch is their animatronic dog that they find in the pizzeria. It connects to their phone. One of the guys' phones connects to it. Basically, every time he says something sarcastically, man, I would kill for a, chicken sandwich. You'll have a dead dude holding a chicken sandwich in your closet within 10 minutes. That's just kind of how that's how it goes. So that's his Fetch. I like Fetch. I think that the main character is dumb. I hate what he does at the end, but I actually like the concept of Fetch. I like what it kind of does for the lore, the idea of futuristic technology. I enjoyed it. I liked it, okay? I liked it, and I think that it was great, and it's gonna go in actually good. And if you disagree, remember guys, this is my tier list. You can go make your own. So next up, Fetch is actually good. Okay. Next up is Lonely Freddy. Now, Lonely Freddy is also actually good. I love Lonely Freddy. I love the story. While the protagonists are very annoying and like really like kind of they get on your nerves a bit, I actually kind of like it because when the events do kind of unfoil, and if you guys don't know, it's a brother and his sister. The brother, I think his name's Alex. I forgot, is it Alec or Alex? Basically turns into a jerk. And he basically he's just a jerk to his parents. He's awful. And his sister kind of plays along with him, and they like and she's just trying to become a friend. And then when they go to it's her birthday, Alex doesn't trust that his sister is he thinks his sister's setting him up. Basically, everything unfolds. He turns into a jerk, ruins her birthday. He hides in the back where this little toy, Lonely Freddy, that are supposed to help kids, goes into the back with him and basically swaps minds with him. Alec is stuck in the Lonely Freddy being picked away by an employee, and he sees his body and like the person and like the Lonely Freddy's mind inside him walking away with his family. So really cool. I personally think that it's one of the best. I think that it is one of the best. Okay? Cancel sandwichly for bad opinions. No. You're misunderstood. You were misunderstood. My opinion is the correct opinion in this one. Let me move my camera to the other side. I'm just realizing that. I'm realizing that right now. Okay, sorry. I just realized that you guys can't see anything. So, that's why your head is blocking a part of a tier list. I just fixed that. So that is why I'm putting it in actually good. I like it. I like the characters. I like the story. I like the stuff it puts forward. William Afton could be, taking kids' souls through other technology. It's cool. I like it. It's gonna go into actually good. Remember, the bar is really low to be considered a good story within this. Okay, the bar is really low. Okay, if you think he deserved it, say aye. Wow, really? That's what we're going to do? Okay, listen, guys. Out of stock. Out of stock is going into the painful. Now, why? Why is it going into the painful category? Because I didn't like the story. I liked the idea of, like, FNAF Fun with Plush Trap. I liked it being recreated, but at the same time, I really just didn't care. I lost interest. It was cool, like, when it was cool. I didn't care about like the kind of like the resolution and like the train hitting it. Like I just didn't care. I lost interest. I blanked out. I was like, I don't really care. I was just, dude, plush trap, cool. Get me out of the story. Really, are you blind? That was amazing. No, it wasn't amazing. It was just very boring. It was very cookie cutter. It was not at all innovating in any way. It was bland. I didn't really like the characters. I was just like, I couldn't care less. I just wanted the story. Listen, I just wanted the story. That was it. Didn't mind. I was just on to the next, and that's what happened. So count out of stock. Out of stock is going painful. Just did not care for that story at all. Next up, we're going to the third book, 1:35 a.m. Sorry, someone just sent me something. Cool. Okay. Bad take regarding out of stock. Nick, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so average. I just wanted to be done with it. That's what it was. Because remember guys, the first few Stitch Wraith epilogues were good. So I was like, screw, give me the Stitch Wraith. I want more Stitch Wraith. And then the Stitch Wraith sucks. So okay, that's cool. Whatever. Why do you keep doing tier lists? You're ruining yourself. Your opinions suck. No one likes your opinions. Thanks, man. Thanks, Emily. Okay, on to the next one, 1:35 a.m. 1:35 a.m. is what I would like to call the beginning of what Nick labeled, or maybe not the beginning, but the beginning of something within. Nick Carlson Press, if you guys ever watched his videos, made something called the Blackbird Syndrome. And Blackbird Syndrome is when there's something that doesn't exist, but it's haunting a person, and it drives them to the brink of insanity. It takes someone, and it just takes them by the brain, and basically it messes with them. So like, for example, you see a caterpillar, and that caterpillar is so traumatic to you for some reason that for as long as you are living till you die, because you're basically on a clock of when you'll die to something random. Basically, you are seeing this caterpillar everywhere. This is an example, but in this story, it's the same with this doll. And like a loud noise that prevents this woman from sleeping, her life basically falls apart, and she ends up dead in some vent, which can be compared to sister location. Okay, it's very, very, very. I'm gonna say it. It's boring. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. It was like the beginning of Blackbird syndrome, as Nick Carlson Press said. It was basically patient zero for Blackbird syndrome. It was basically just something is haunting a person. You couldn't care less, but it exists, and this person, it's now pain. And blah blah blah. Enough of this. So that's why 1:35 a.m. is going in to shoot me. Why? Because it was patient zero, as Nick said, for Blackbird syndrome. I will never read 1:35 a.m. No joke. Watch. Look, guys. Look. Ready? Where is it? 1:35 a.m. Where is it? Where is it? Look. No. Where is it? Here. Let me find it. Give me a second, guys. 1:35 a.m. Right here. You see this? That's 1:35 a.m. I'm never reading that again. Never. You'll never see me open this page ever again. You'll never see me. I will never do it. I am never going to do it. I'm never. It's just never gonna happen. My brain. Bloop. I don't care. It's so dumb. I'm never reading 1:35 a.m. again. It's the beginning of Blackbird syndrome. I don't like it. It's not acceptable. It's so bad. All right, that's it. Great. All right, awesome. So let's go to the next one. Room for One More. Room for One More is going mid into no thanks. Room for One More I actually liked because I liked the idea of like the fun times appearing in some dude's mind, the mini arenas. To me, it was actually refreshing. I was like, hey, this is cool. What's up, E3 times? I was cool. I was completely okay with the whole idea of like this dude having nightmares of these fun times. I haven't read it in a while, so my memory's a little fuzzy on it, but I know that the mini arenas are climbing into him. I know that he has the fun time, the hallucinations, and then his body starts to like basically just, and I know that that's what happens, and it's kind of whatever. Can you sell it to me? I got money. I'm not selling it to you because it's in this book that I need because Fetch and all the other ones are in there too. So I'm never reading again. But Room for One More, I think is okay. I think it's average. I think it's perfectly set in the mid category. That's it. That's all I got. The New Kid, shoot me. I have been very open to my belief that I have been very open in my video that I do not like the New Kid. I hate it. It sucks. I think that the New Kid is awful. I think that the New Kid was purposefully misleading to the idea of like there being two spirits. Okay, so listen. I think that Scott was trying to tell us the idea that Golden Freddy can be possessed by two spirits, which is great. That's cool. That's awesome. But the issue is that all the other stuff that got added. The New Kid has a spirit that can leave its... I don't know. The New Kid has a kid that's in the suit and then another one that's outside that can exist. So what on earth was that? Hey guys, I'm going to pretend to be Scott Cawthon. Give me a mustache. Pretend like I have a mustache on right now and pretend like I'm Scott Cawthon, okay? Hey, guys, I want to introduce the idea of two spirits, because I think in the lore it would make sense for the FAZBEAR Frights to introduce the idea that Golden Freddy has two spirits, because it makes sense for the lore. We have Cassidy, we have the Grind Job. That's great. All right, guys, Scholastic, you ready? Team, we ready? 3, 2, 1, team, go! And then we come back to the story, and Scott's like, What are we doing? What are we doing? Guys. I never said that spirits could physically manifest, interact with the real world, and teleport everywhere. What are we doing? Why does this make sense? That doesn't make sense. I don't understand what's going on. Scholastic, we should cancel the contract. And then Scholastic was like, here's another $2.5 million. Oh, okay. Give me more. Write me more. That's what happened. That was a great impersonation. All right, guys, come on. That was great. You're making fun of Scott? That's mean. I think Scott would understand. Guys, Scott Cawthon, if you do ever see this, understand, and I think you understand, that the New Kid was quite an interesting story from a lore perspective. Okay, I think that we got that. Great. All right, let's clear that away. See how much did you get him on stream? Listen, guys, when you have connections like I do, all right, come on. There we go. That's it. So, can you unban bananas? No. So this is what's going to happen. New Kid is going to go in the shoot me category. Next up, we are moving on to the fourth book, Step Closer. Step Closer goes in the bearable category. I actually like Step Closer. My only complaint... The camera's tilted again. I'm gonna scream. There we go. Okay, cool. Sorry. We have to have money. Yeah, but that's my impersonation. Whatever. But yeah, that my main issue with Step Closer was that while it was a cool... Sorry, I thought I muted myself. My only issue with Step Closer, that doesn't put it in the actually good category, is I feel like Scott should have committed to the lore bit. I think that Scott was trying to push the idea that that was Mike, like Mike in The Crying Child. I think that they should have pushed a little further on like maybe a sister or something. Just pushing for that. I feel like that would have made the story better and like made it more relatable to the lore, because I get what they were trying to say. If you watch my video, I already told you my take on it, but I think it should be, like, I wish it was, but at the same time, it isn't. That's fine. I'm just going to put it in the bearable category. All my knowledge of the FNAF books came from Game Theory. That's a great place. Or you watch the video on my channel. Wink, wink. Okay, you see what we did there? Yep. That's it. I got to go. I'm doing a stream on my own. All right, bye. That's it. So that's just all I think about Step Closer. That's fine. Dance With Me. Dance With Me is a story that's going to go into the painful category, just above out of stock. Now, why is it just above out of stock? I read the story. It's kind of like Blackbird Syndrome, but it isn't, because remember, Blackbird Syndrome, the thing doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't exist. But with whatever, in some capacity, with Dance With Me, it does exist, because Balora's in the glasses. So it's like, you're kind of like teetering in between like Blackbird Syndrome or not Blackbird Syndrome. So personally, I'm going to put it. I'm not going to count as Blackbird Syndrome, but it is really just the story of how some glasses made a lady's life spiral out of control. Guys, listen, I'm very sympathetic with all of the FAZBEAR Frights characters. I love them all equally. I think they're all great. I think they're all wonderful. But if a pair of glasses are going to destroy your life, and that's going to send you down, spiraling into craziness, a pair of glasses that you could take off. Glasses. Just for reference. This is a hat. I put the hat on, I take the hat off. Put the hat on, take the hat off. Put the glasses on, take the glasses off. Put the glasses on, take the glasses off. Just wanted to throw that out there. Okay? That's it. All I just wanted to throw. So it's glasses. So, they weren't like prescription. They were just glasses. Just throwing that out there. So to me, that was kind of pathetic. That was it. Just glasses on, glasses off, walk away. Did not happen. Ballora basically made her crazy. Was definitely Blackbird Syndrome. All right, since Nick literally created the FAZ medical index, that's what it is. So Nick, it is considered Blackbird Syndrome. All right, cool. So I guess it does fall in the category, but still, it was like so completely stupid how that drove her insane. What's up, Nico? So next one is Coming Home. Coming Home is a freaking great story, and I read it again. Oh, the camera fell. Sorry, here we go. I read Coming Home again. I would rarely ever touch a FAZBEAR Fright again. For the second time I read it. Absolutely great. One of my favorite stories. There's only a couple stories that will beat it. It is by far one of my favorite stories. I cannot describe to you. I love it. I love the way that it reveals that Susie is dead, and then has her sister, and the mother is kind of like spiraling and going, because of sadness, and her father left and all this stuff. But it's still just like, I love the way that it reveals it. I love the way that the idea that her spirit is so connected with the house that it causes everything to there's the tree. I forgot the name of the tree, but there's like a tree that she's connected to. This camera's driving me nuts. There's a tree that she's like connected to. It's literally the Susie is basically her ghost, her spirit is still, connected to because she's a murder victim. Her spirit's still connected to the animatronic and that she died in. And it's just cool to me to see it's like the story of like their family isn't. I don't know how to describe it properly, but it's still so good. It's just so good. I love Susie. I love the dynamic with the sister, the mother. I love the idea of like an actual Chica animatronic, because that's where like another part of her spirit resides. I like that idea of like she would literally come to the house, like bridge the gap between the two. I love it. I think it's great, and it's one of my favorite stories in all the FAZBEAR Frights, and I will read it again. That is crazy to say that I would read it again, but I will read it again, and that's why it's getting the actually good category. Nick Carlson Press is definitely going to disagree with this, and for once, I don't care. All right, on to the next, Bunny Call. So this is, every story I've talked about so far is something I mentioned in that video that I made. We're now reaching territories that I've never talked about on video, which is going to be part of my next FAZBEAR Fright video. So everything from here on, you have not heard of. feelings hurt, I don't care what you say. For once, this is my opinion that I will not agree with you on. Okay? Listen. All right? That sounds really cool. I can see why you put in the highest tier. Thank you, John. But yes, now it's time for Bunny Call. Bunny Call is weird. If you guys don't know, Bunny Call is basically, his name is Bob. Might have been Bob. Bob has his family, and Wanda, I think, is his wife, and they have these, like, I think 2 sons and a daughter, and they go to this camp that's, like, in some middle, like, next to some lake, basically some family retreat. While they're there, the dad signs them up for something called Bunny Call, which is some bunny by the name of Ralpho comes to their house to basically wake them up and, like, be loud and, like, wake up everybody, it's time to have fun, you know, fishing time, canoe time, whatever, right? Breakfast time, whatever. Signs them up, and then he feels really guilty about it because he's miserable because he's like, oh, I just want to, you know, have a romantic vacation with my wife. I don't want to take my kids everywhere. He's just a dad who's just very tired and exhausted, and he's kind of a jerk. But besides that, Bob stays up all night. I think he meets this dude named Steven who's just smoking, and they, like, exchange stories about, like, you know, their childhood or whatever. And then it hits Bob that he's got to stay. He's got to stay awake for when Ralpho comes to stop him so that he doesn't want to disturb his family. And he's like, this is just too far. It's too far of a joke. Ralpho comes to the place. Anyway, Ralpho basically tries to break into the house to murder them. That's basically the gist I'm getting. Ralpho is literally trying to do anything possible to get into the house, to murder, do something. He's, like, whacking him with, like, tennis rackets. He's like, you know, shutting doors on the dude, closing it on his, like, arm. And at some point he starts bleeding. So there are theories about this that it's actually it's literally FNAF gameplay. Literally FNAF gameplay. You're trying to get to, like, 6 or 5 a.m. You're just trying to make it to the time. You're trying to get there so that you survive Ralpho. And the story makes it very clear. Now, some people have mentioned that it's like an animatronic, but I don't know how you come to that conclusion. This is what I don't like about FNAF theories sometimes, or, like, theorists in general, like some people's theories, is that people ignore the obvious clues. For example, some people said it was an animatronic. It is literally mentioned multiple times that the Ralpho is bleeding. There is someone in there. There's a person in the suit. There is a physical human being inside the suit trying to break into Bob's cabin. Okay? There's a physical person. Physical. Skin and blood. Right? And they survive, they survive, and then they realize that there was no one in the suit. They wake up in the morning, they go to the breakfast, and it turns out that the person that was supposed to do it isn't there. He overslept. So someone was. They don't know who it was. Okay? All right? Listen. I think that what it was is this is going to be wild. I'm going to be a wild theory here. It's just like some psychopath. It's just literally some crazy dude just puts on the suit and he's like, I'm going to do this. Okay? I hope you can answer my question. If you could fix one thing about Toy Chica, what would you fix? I mean, I don't really know what I would change. I don't really know, what's happening? We're rating the FAZBEAR Frights because I have a video upcoming where I'm going to do the FAZBEAR Frights. So, but yeah, analyzing that video. But basically, this is just really briefly Bunny Call. I'm putting Bunny Call back into the mid category. Actually, I'm not going to even move it. Why am I not going to move it? Why am I not going to change it? Bunny Call, because I actually liked the story. It wasn't FNAF related. It wasn't, like, no mention of FAZBEAR Entertainment, FNAF, anything. Nothing. Whoa, I just hit my mic. Nothing. I just think that it was pretty good for what it was trying to do. I have zero complaints. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And at the end of the day, that is all that matters. If you could destroy one version of everything, what would it be? Burn Trap. All right, on to the next one. In the Flash. All right, guys. You guys have probably waited for this story for quite some time. I know that some of you have probably heard of this story. In the Flesh is where there is a guy who's basically a jerk, and he's just like he thinks he's cool, thinks he's all that, and he works at a game company, and he's making a like FNAF 3 or something like that with Springtrap. One day, Springtrap escapes through the code into him, leaving the game into him, and he basically just gets really bloated, and it's because Springtrap is literally growing in his stomach. Literally, he's pregnant with Springtrap. That's all I could say. He is pregnant with Springtrap, and at one point, he slices himself open. Springtrap comes out, and holds his head. That was weird. And that's the story. That's it. I'm gonna leave that at that. Guys, listen. I'm gonna give you a second to mentally recover. Let's do a poll. Guys. Where do you think I'm gonna rate this? Here, I want you guys to vote. I want your opinion. Where does Sandwichly put dumb story? I'm just gonna call it dumb story. Okay. Do I put it in mid? Do I put it in painful? Or do it, where do you think, what do you guys think? Or do I put it in, shoot me. Okay, which category do you think I'm going to put it in? This is one of those where I want you guys to tell me how you feel. Yeah, I want you guys to tell me where you think I'm going to put it, okay? I want you to give me your, where do you think that the Sandwich Lee, the guy who's reading these books, is going to put the story? Okay? 50% of you say painful, and another 12% of you say mid. You're crazy if you think I'm putting it in mid. All right, ending the poll. Okay, this is going into shoot me. This is probably worse than oh my goodness, I've actually reached a moment. Oh goodness. All right, you guys are gonna listen. I can explain myself. Guys. I can explain it. The new kid is actually worse than in the flesh. It is actually worse than in the flesh. I hate the new kid with such a passion. I hate that story with such a passion that I'm actually going to put it in the flesh. I'm going to put it above the new kid. I hate the new kid so much that it in the flesh would actually be better than the new kid. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to put it. Great. We're moving on to the rat in room realm Brady. I sound like Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, Raggy. The man in room 1280. This story, in my opinion, is going to be right next to Step Closer. I like that it's like this idea. If you guys don't know what this is, it's basically there's a dude in the hospital. He has like cracked skin. He's like bleeding all over the place, but he won't die. He's basically dead, but he won't die. He's still alive. There's brain activity, and it's William Afton. And there's these nurses who call in a clerk or a priest because they think that he's like demonically possessed or something. And there's even a kid in an alligator mask that people see around the hospital. And eventually the priest is like trying to find out what he can do with the guy, like trying to find out what is harming this dude. And basically, to put it in the simplest terms possible, because it's a weird ending, the priest finds a way to communicate and says he wants to go to a FAZBEAR distribution center. And the gist of it is that he enters the building, starts shaking and puking, and then explodes everywhere. That's it. Goes to the place, gets carted in, and then that's what happens. Guts everywhere, just blah, everywhere. Okay, that's the best that I could put it. That's it. Maximum, that's actually funny. What did the new kid do to you? They just moved here? Well, they should have left already. It's interesting. It's interesting. But I feel like the pacing of it's really slow at the beginning before it gets into like the whole like man in room 1280 like being alive, whatever. The nurses try to kill him. It's weird. Explodes everywhere, guts, and then that's the ending, and then it kind of like slowly builds up to the priest finally getting to communicate with him and then taking him to the place. That's it. It's actually, the man room 1280 is going to go unbearable. I don't like it better than Step Closer or these three, but I will say that I like it better than To Be Beautiful, and I think it's actually a cool story from a lore perspective. William Afton, like, okay. Here, we're going to go to face cam. Okay, nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, look at me. Scholastic. Scott. Anyone. Ellie Cooper. Whoever the heck is writing these things. Listen to me. Look at me. This is what we want the FAZBEAR frights to be. This is legitimately what we want. They don't have to be canon. Oh my goodness, they don't have to be canon. You know what? I would rather you write good stories with like lore reveals, like what Step Closer, like what the man in room 1280 did, where there's like a spirit haunting his mind, like with, Cassidy and Ultimate Custom Night. Like stuff like that. It's just simple. It's just cool. It's a cool story. William Afton, we love William Afton. And just stuff like that. Just stories with characters that we already know, that we are already attached to. Not freaking Kelsey, okay? Not this right here. The new kid, Kelsey, What the heck? 1:35 a.m. Ella the doll basically, haunts a lady to death. Like that's not really what we want. That's not what we want. That's actually quite the opposite of what we want. Okay, just want to throw that out there. If you guys ever want me to write one, I will refer you to Nick Carlson Press because I will not write one. But I will refer you to Nick. Nick can write you one because Nick already wrote one. So, on to the next one. Blackbird. You guys heard about Blackbird syndrome? Well, listen to this. Blackbird is a story where this student, I forgot his name. It's like Dean or something. I don't know. You guys can already tell that by the forgettable nature of it. It's not that good. Blackbird basically is a story where these two students are working on a horror film project, and they come up with this creature that's the Blackbird, and it will make someone tell their worst nightmares before they die, or like confess to their worst sins before they die. So Blackbird is the beginning of it, because what happens is the guy's friend supposedly gets hit by a train or something, and he goes missing, and the kid, the other guy, we'll call it person A, person B. Person B gets hit by a train and disappears. Person A thinks that the Blackbird is chasing him and will kill him. And he believes that one of his sins was that he bullied a girl in school. So, listen to this. The Blackbird is haunting him to go to the school of the kid that he bullied in middle school. He literally travels to a art school where the girl is, tells her that he apologizes for bullying her, and then supposedly the Blackbird goes away, and then he comes back, and person B was found to not actually be dead, but he got knocked out and was in a ditch somewhere. That's it. That's the story. Blackbird instantly, without a shadow of a doubt, goes into right above... No. Oh, I don't know what to do with this. Oh my goodness. We've reached it. Oh, oh my goodness. It's going to go in the shoot me category, but is it better than 1:35 a.m.? It is. It's better than 1:35 a.m. because I think the protagonist, while being kind of annoying, I think it's better. I think there's like a resolution. It's someone, you know what? We will put it above because the person at the end survives. That's it. That's what happens. That's why the guy, Ella, the Delilah lady dies. The dude in this one, Blackbird, survives. That's it. That's where we're putting it. All right. You're making hot chocolate? I'm jealous. On to the next one, The Real Jake. The Real Jake is going into this right here. The Real Jake is such a good story because okay, hear me out. The Real Jake is about a kid, and his name is Jake. Duh. But Jake sadly suffers. I think it's with he has a tumor. I forgot what it was, but he does have a tumor. It might be a brain tumor, and the tumor basically, it's sad because he doesn't really have much. He's probably gonna die. It's the truth. He's basically on end of life care. Or hospice, whatever you want, whatever the right medical term is for it. He's going to die. He's not going to survive. He's they're kind of keeping him comfortable, is what some would say. And I forgot her name. What was her name? Oh my goodness, I forgot the caretaker's name. Was it Amanda? What was the name of the lady? What was the name of the lady at the caretaker? If you guys know. Oh my goodness, I forgot her name. But Marge, thank you, Nick. Marge is the caretaker, and Marge is taking care of Jake, and while his dad is in the military, and he is currently on active duty. So they talk sometimes, like phone calls. But the highlight of the story is that there's a toy called Simon in a cabinet, and in the cabinet, Simon is there, and Simon will talk to Jake at night. He can't see Simon. It's a doll with a walkie-talkie, and it's actually his dad. And it's really like kind of emotional. You actually like Jake as a character. It's cool, like how he talks to his dad. But then the story just into like the biggest not a 360 because you end up right where you are. The biggest 180 ever. You go from hearing about this kid who's struggling, and you're becoming like connected to Jake, and you're like, oh man, I really like Jake. And then sadly, his dad dies because of an IED. If you don't know, an IED is a explosive, and this truck got hit, and sadly the father passes away. Then Marge is destroyed because she gets the house, like she gets to take care of Jake, but that's like a huge shock, and she doesn't want to tell Jake. But then the next day, the literal next day, it's very sad, Jake passes away, and it's believed that Jake passes away because of the tumor, but it's like a connection with his father. They have such a strong connection that when his dad sadly passes away, I'm reading it, all right, listen. I'm reading it that Jake sadly, like, I don't want to say it like this. I'm gonna say it, but I don't remember. It's a book character. Jake sadly loses the will to live. He doesn't. He feels the connection from his father, kind of like fade, or it's like FNAF. So it's like FNAF soul logic. But sadly, just Jake feels that his dad, like, since his dad isn't around anymore, he kind of passes away. He passes away, you know, he's very ill, passes away. And then what happens is his spirit goes on to possess Simon, the doll that was in the cabinet, and it disappears. Nah, that's sad. It is sad. It's very sad. But that's why I've never felt like so connected with the FAZBEAR Fright character. So that's why I'm actually going to give it like a very high ranking. Quick question, what would you do if FAZBEAR Entertainment was real? Sue them. They're probably the easiest company to sue ever. All right. On to the next one. That Real Jake, one of my favorite stories. It's going to go into the actually good category. Hide and Seek. Give me a second, guys. Remember, all the books fell on the floor, so I have to go pick them up. Okay. Give me a second to catch up. I forgot what this story was. Oh, it's this one. Oh, my goodness. Hide and Seek. This is in painful. Absolutely. Where's Hide and Seek? Hide and Seek is so it's actually worse. You know what? Hide and Seek is in shoot me territory. Hide and Seek is literally the story of a dude who is competitive with his brother, and what he does is he works at a Freddy Fazbear's. There's a machine that's called Hide and Seek where you find like this toy, the Shadow Bonnie, and because he's so angry with a machine that he wants to beat because he thinks his brother is better than him and he wants to like beat him at everything, he beats up the machine, and then Shadow Bonnie haunts this dude for the rest of like his life. He just haunts him. He sees it in his shadow everywhere. Shadow Bonnie trying to kill him. That's it. It's lame. Toby ends up dying for one of the dumbest things ever. He dies to the arcade machine. It's so dumb. I don't even want to waste a breath on it. It's awful. It's going in the bottom of the barrel. It's so bad. FazBears, hello there, my guy. What's up? Welcome to the stream. What will you change from FNAF 3? Nothing. It's fine. It's not great, but it's not bad. So it's kind of... Hide and Seek is indeed dumb. I doubt Emily gonna... What? I'm so confused, sorry. Alright, next one. The Cliffs. The Cliffs, if you guys... This is the story of a kid and his father. The mother passes away, I believe. It's the son and his father, and the father is very protective of his son because, you know, his wife passed away, so he's, like, very overprotective and, like, making sure that he... Like, be like a bubble. Puts him in a bubble, right? It puts him in a bubble, watches over him, making sure that he's safe, you know, what you would call like a helicopter parent, kind of like that. So, okay, we're not going to sneeze. Cool. All right, we're not sneezing. So, I was going to sneeze there. He buys a Faz watch, and it's basically a Faz watch. It's a Faz watch. And the watch watches the kid and tells him where he is. The kid ends up falling or disappearing at one point out of the backyard. He thinks that the kid went to the cliffs, the watch tells him that the kid went to the cliffs. The cliffs is a place where people sadly go to end their stay on Earth. And he thinks that the watch is telling him to, you know, yeet himself into the cliff, off the cliff. That's not what it's trying to tell him. It's trying to tell him that his kid is there. But story ends with him finding his son at the bottom of the cliff, and it's happy ending. It's just so weird. It's poorly done. It could have been a cool story. Can I promote your channel on my YouTube channel and TikTok to get to 10K? I want to see that. Don't repost my content. Okay, guys, just don't repost my content. Please, no. It's weird. It's just such a poorly... Thank you for streaming. I gotta bounce now. Good night. Thank you, Nick, for joining. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Thank you for your help in the latest video, by the way. Nick will be in the FAZBEAR Frights video. It's so lame. It's so poorly done. It's just poorly executed. It's in painful. It's bad. The breaking wheel is also going to be in painful. I think I'm going to put it right here. It's this... This kid has these people have experiments, and they're building exoskeleton suits, like in Advanced Warfare Call of Duty. I doubt any of you have played Call of Duty, but it's an exoskeleton. And the exoskeleton that these kids are building, one of them is like a bully, and he builds an exoskeleton that's like makes him stronger and like really buff. And at one point, the bully finds out that his suit is connected to the remote control of his friend's experiment, of his friend, another classmate's experiment. So they go to their house, they're playing with the controller, and they realize that the bully is in the suit, and he doesn't realize, but he knows that the bully is in the suit. So when they control the thing, the bully basically has his body just like he's like just starts snapping his arms and everything. And sorry. Clips are his content. No, just whatever. Sorry. I'm getting distracted. It's really boring, really bland. It's in Breaking Wheel. It doesn't really matter. He told me everything. If you guys don't know, this is the story with FAZBEAR. He told me everything is the story where Chris wants to become a scientist, so he joins a science club. And in the science club, you have your FAZBEAR Mad Scientist kit, whatever. Freddy Fazbear Mad Scientist kit. And in the kit, there's FAZBEAR. And to shorten the story down, the FAZBEAR can replace you. It literally, it's a pinkish purplish goo that if you touch it and you put like your own tooth into it, it'll try to replicate you because it has your DNA. And the story turns into Chris getting replicated into this evil clone, and Chris, the real Chris, turns into a puddle of goo. So it goes goo, real Chris. Chris dies. He turns into a puddle of goo, and the fake Chris, FAZBEAR Chris, goes on to replace his life. That's essentially what happens. It's not really that good, because it has FAZBEAR that's confusing. Then people are like, anyone can be FAZBEAR. It jokes that there's like this whole idea that, you know, people could be replaced. You know, Gregory is made of FAZBEAR. I'm going to put it at back of painful. It doesn't really make any sense. I have no idea why it exists. Gumdrop Angel is going to go right here. It's just above in the flesh. It's awful. It's this girl who is struggling with her stepsister and her stepfather, and it turns into her stepsister having a birthday party at Freddy Fazbear's. She has a literal gumdrop statue of a person. Listen, a actual Fazbear not FAZBEAR, a like gumdrop, like candy statue of a person. Imagine you, just candy. And at this Freddy Fazbear's, they serve that. So the story turns into the stepsister has a birthday party and has a gumdrop angel. The main character eats the gumdrop nose, which is meant to only be for the birthday girl. And since she eats the gumdrop nose, she becomes a goo creature. That was it. It turns into a goo creature. It was gross. It was completely useless, completely just such a dumb story. It's going to be going to the shoot me category. Just to clarify, guys, you are allowed to clip, but I have a second channel that I'm going to start uploading clips on. I just want to let you know, just because you guys are still talking about this, I don't know why, you guys can't post my content. That is something that I will do. If in the future, I might let people post my clips, but as of right now, it is a strict no. You cannot upload my clips, my content onto your channel, onto TikTok, onto anything else. You cannot. It is not allowed. Okay? Glad we got that clarified. It doesn't matter what the circumstances, you cannot upload my content onto your channel. Not how that works. Great. Got that settled. Sergio's Lucky Day. If you guys don't know what this story is, this story is about the Sergio's Lucky Day is about this guy whose name is Sergio, but he finds this little balloon boy. And the balloon boy gives him advice like on what to do, what his lucky day is, how to best way to describe it would be how to live out his life. What should he do? Should he buy a lottery ticket? Should he, buy a new car? Should he get a new girlfriend? This little toy gives him good luck because he wins the lottery at first, but then as time goes on, he just spirals into madness, spirals into craziness. He basically ends up cutting his own face off. I know it's weird that how it gets to there, but he just uses the advice of this toy, and then it comes down to the point where he goes to a high school reunion, and the toy tells him in order to look better, he just starts like his ears, his nose, his hair, his like scalp. It's everything. It's really gross. It's really gross. So it's really not that good, and that's why it's going into painful. But it's gonna go into this part of painful because it was still it wasn't great to read, but it was at least had a rising action, a little bit of a climax because his life spirals and all this stuff, and then you have a cool end, like this weird twisted ending. That's it. That's done. Whatever. That's it. Not too great. What we found. Oh, what we found. What we found is basically FNAF 3. It's literally this guy. Not literally. I keep saying that word too much. It's this. I forgot his name, but we're gonna call him Dude. Dude has a very traumatic past. He had a very abusive stepfather, and his mother did nothing. And Dude burned down their house, and because he just couldn't take it anymore. So Dude, and everyone hates him. Everyone in the town thinks that he's a criminal. He's awful. That he is the cause of. He is guilty of it, but he was never found guilty. But everyone thinks he's guilty. He works at FNAF 3. One day he touches the Springtrap animatronic, because remember, Springtrap gets brought into FNAF 3. Well, that happens in this story. Springtrap gets brought into this pizzeria, this FAZBEAR Frights, and he touches the body of Springtrap, and it's like agony. It then takes him over. It's basically Blackbird syndrome. There is no Springtrap. Springtrap does not touch him, like chase him, nothing. He just interacts with the agony of Springtrap, that is like his body. He touches it, and from then on, he just becomes corrupted. His mind, his body, everything. He just, it's just. He starts seeing like animatronics coming out of the walls. He starts seeing, Springtrap chasing him when he's not. Really, it's just this weird, Blackbird syndrome, and it's gonna go in painful. It's gonna go like right here above. It's actually, I did not like reading the story. Wait, hold up. Give me a second. Because I actually am remembering, I did not like reading the story at all. It's going to go above the cliffs. It's going to go above the cliffs. I'm actually going to move Count the Ways up because it's better. Count the Ways is better than Dance With Me. So, realistically, I'm going to change that because I'm realizing that Count the Ways is better than all of these. It's still painful. Alright? It's still painful. But what we found is a man fighting himself. Yeah, and then at the end, Dude ends up trapping himself in an oven and he gets burned alive. Why no epilogues? Because the epilogues are one continuous story. I read the epilogues. Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you what she... Can't stop freaking dropping the books. Okay. There goes another one. They're all on the floor. No joke. They're on the floor. They're like right here. They're like right here on the floor. I don't really like it. It's not really that great. Whatever, but in comparison to some of these other ones, I gotta like organize them, and I'm just remembering like that Count the Ways was better. It's still painful, but it's better than all the other ones. Okay, but yeah, the epilogues I consider one story. I know that they're individual, but I treat them as one story. So I'll put one epilogue. How about this? I'll put one epilogue as like in relation to the other one. I'll do that for you. Okay. The Puppet Carver. The Puppet Carver is mid. I actually didn't hate it as much as Nick. I know Nick isn't here, but I actually didn't hate it as much as Nick Carlson Press did. I kind of enjoyed it. It's about this guy named Jack. He owns this pizzeria. I think it's called Pizza Playground, and he has these employees, and these employees build a machine. One of his employees built a machine that can turn like a wooden statue into a wooden animatronic, and it's weird because at one point when the main character Jack is having like, because he's a jerk, he's a horrible boss. The kid that builds the animatronic, the puppet carver, he makes fun of him. The machine doesn't work. He just continues to make fun of him. He basically fires everyone in the restaurant because he's a jerk. Remember, guys, he's a horrible boss. And then one day he goes to the back where the puppet carver is, and it seems like he gets replicated by like FAZBEAR or something. It's weird because what happens is he finally turns into a nice guy. Whatever happens in the puppet carver machine turns him into a nice person. He gets chased by an actual FAZBEAR clone of himself. Guys, I'm telling you, these FAZBEAR fights get a little weird. He gets chased by a FAZBEAR clone of himself. FAZBEAR clone. Think about that. Let that settle. Touches him, he realizes how mean and awful of a person he is, and he changes his life. That's it. Whatever. Kind of just, it's a story. It's whatever. He realizes his actions. He realizes what he did wrong. That's it. It's weird because it has like FAZBEAR, but on to the next one, Jump for Tickets. So what you're saying is that FAZBEAR makes people aggressive? I still do not know what that story says or what it's trying to say. It's very, very weird. If I got FAZBEAR, I wondered if anyone would notice. I don't know either because FAZBEAR seems to work very convincingly, apparently. Jump for Tickets. Jump for Tickets is the story of a kid who finds out a machine called Jump for Tickets is rigged. He sneaks into the pizzeria. This animatronic called Coils the Clown, never heard of before, but apparently it resembles Ennard. I guess if you read it a certain way it can. But Coils the Clown is there when the pizzeria is closed. The kid sneaks in. Coils tries to save him. He climbs under the machine, gets locked, and then some kids start jumping on the machine, and he squishes him and he dies. That's the end of the story. Jump for Tickets is I personally like Jump for Tickets. It's weird. The Puppet Carver actually is getting some good reviews here. But yeah, I like the Puppet Carver and I like Jump for Tickets. I think I like Jump for Tickets more than the Puppet Carver, but that's me nitpicking. But yeah, I like Jump for Tickets. I think it's good. I'm annoying AF, so I doubt a clone could replicate that. I don't know. I don't know what it could do. The main character of this one turns his brain off by not stealing the Game Boy and leaving. If you're talking about Jump for Tickets, it does have a dumb ending, like the character's dumb, but I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. That's it. Friendly Face. Friendly Face is this kid. I just forgot his name. It's like Jack and Edward, I think it is. And they have a cat. And they're kind of like outcasts, but they have this one little cat that's like a stray that they found, and they keep it as their own. And one day, sadly, Jack and the cat get hit by Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jack and the cat get hit by a truck, and they die. And Edward, I believe it is, Edward is struggling with like the sadness of losing a friend and an animal that he was attached to, and his friend who was his best friend. And he sees a Freddy FAZBEAR Entertainment instruction that they can commercial that they can make a replica animal of your dead cat or animal, a dog. I think it's like a dog and a cat, whatever it is. They can send you an animatronic version. So he tries to go to the scene of where the Jack and the cat died to get some hair of the cat so that he can send it in so that he can get a robo-cat that looks exactly like that one, and he can have his friend back because they claim that they can fix it, right? That's it. Then he gets the package back. The package literally has the face of his friend Jack. That's why the face is like that, the face of cover. Hold up. Let me find it on the floor. It's here somewhere. It's this. It's that right there. So, gets a cat which looks like that, and it's chasing him around. He hates it, throws it in the buries it underground, tries to get rid of it. It somehow digs its way back. It tries to chase him. And he thinks that it's trying to. Honestly, he's just scared of it. That's the best way that I can describe it. Just scared of it. He runs away from it, and then he gets lost in the woods at one point because he's running away from it, and then he runs in front of a truck, and he sadly dies as well. That's the story. It's Friendly Face. Friendly Face could have been a good story. I will say this: Friendly Face could have been a good story, but I'm gonna put it in painful because it has potential. But it doesn't capitalize on it. It doesn't talk like it would have been cool if the cat started to best way to say it. The Jack and Jill went up the hill and got obliterated by a semi truck. Exactly. The best way that I could describe it is the best way I could fix it is you introduce more Jack characteristics. Just different, less Blackbird syndrome, less of that, like, it's haunting him and he's the only one that can see it. Would have been cooler if it was, real, and it could, the other family members could see it and they got scared. Like, I don't know, they could have done it. They could have been so much better. It was bad. And, yes, exactly, thank you. What is it? The Frogman? Yes, thank you. You put it simply. It could have been good, but it had a crap ending. Next up, Pizza Kit. Shoot me. I hate this story. It's so dumb. Nick Carlson Press. If you guys don't know, my upcoming video, I'm actually going to have Nick Carlson Press do a section of when he reviews a story and he reviews, like, he gets to talk about it. He chose Pizza Kit because it's so bad. Pizza Kit is so awful. It's literally just behind hide and seek. I hated it. I, to this day, don't understand why it's so important and what it matters. It's, these two friends are at a Freddy FAZBEAR, pizza factory, and they get a tour. One of the friends falls into a vat of pizza sauce and thinks to die. Remember, into the pizza sauce, and the one girl doesn't want to say anything because she thinks that if she does, they're gonna think that she pushed her and she'll get in trouble. So the whole story, the climax is that she eats a pizza and she thinks that it's the girl, and she like, oh no, I'm eating my friend. Oh no, I don't want to eat my friend. No, don't make me eat my friend. It's dumb. It's stupid. It is no overall. I lost brain cells reading that story. It's gonna go in the shoot me category. Next up, Sea Bonnies. It's gonna be in shoot me. I don't understand this story. It's worse. It's actually worse than Gumdrop Angel. No, Sea Bonnies is one of the worst. I hate Sea Bonnies. Sea Bonnies is S tier because of Dogho's song. I could not care. Nothing could save the story. It's so bad. It's so awful. It's these little like Bonnie-headed shrimp come to life and are trying to, attack this dude. I forgot his. I'm telling you, you guys can tell when I wrote this script and I dropped all my knowledge of all these stories just in the trash. I just don't care. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. These little fish can replace this kid. He tries to get rid of them because he notices that they're like talking to him psychologically, telepathically, not psychologically, telepathically. And they're looking at him through the tank. And at one point he just throws them in the toilet. I'm pretty sure it's just the toilet, just flushes them. And somehow they replace him and they get into his body. And instead of, listen to this. He gets eaten alive by the Sea Bonnies and they replace him. Okay, this is the best illustration. You know what? It's paint time. It's paint time. I want to rant about this story. I actually hate this story. It's paint time. Watch, it's paint time. Actually, I'm gonna scream. This is so bad. This is dude. Dude is like this. Dude, this is dude. Dude. Okay. Dude. The dude. Listen to this. He gets basically replaced. This is his body. The eraser marks are the freaking Sea Bonnies. I'm gonna do blue or whatever. Here's a color, this color, and then they replace him. They are actually able to replace his skin and his like organs and his flesh, his face, and they eat him, so they become him. He gets to the doctor's office because he's trying to tell them that he's ill and there's something wrong with him. And when he gets there, they've consumed all of him. They've consumed him, and there's just this statue or this walking like amalgamation of Sea Bonnies. That's it. Don't understand it. I don't know why I had to read that. Dude looks thin. He's on a diet. How do I remember? It's join. I think it's actually here. I could show you. Maybe Botrex is useful. I don't like it. It sucks. Next up, we have Together Forever. Together Forever. Let me recollect myself. Oh yes. Together Forever. Okay. Together Forever. Oh, is that what it is? Together Forever is the story of these two high school, I think they are, high school popular girls. They think they're cool. They think they're all that. And they end up working in this robotics class. And in the robotics class, there is this, they get to use these animatronics, these spring-lock animatronics. And one of the spring-lock animatronics is Rosie. I think his name is Rosie the chef pig. What was it? Rosie the pig. It was like called Rosie. I know it was called Rosie. It's called Rosie. Let me just make sure it's Rosie. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Rosie. Rosie Porkchop. Thank you. Rosie Porkchop. Yep. Rosie. I was right. It's Rosie Porkchop. Rosie is a spring-lock animatronic suit. So it has an endoskeleton, and then it can be pushed in. You guys know Springtrap. You know all this. They're working on the animatronic, and they're programming the animatronic to actually... Because it had... Okay, you know what? Let me take a... Bloop, let me go bloop, backwards. Rosie seems to be a Funtime animatronic. It has similar things to Funtime Freddy, because she has a cavity, like an opening in her stomach, that a human can climb into, or a human can be fit into. And in the story, they program the Rosie to get these other two girls that they hate and put them in her stomach. That's the goal. Well, one day things go wrong. They're there and you're not supposed to put the animatronic in. You're not supposed to put the suit in animatronic mode, only in spring lock mode. Well, it gets put in animatronic mode, picks one of them up, puts it in Rosie's stomach, gets meat grinded, and then puts the other one, Jessica, and Brittany and Jessica. Brittany goes first, Jessica gets put in the stomach, meat grinded, and it's really gross, really disgusting, really gory, to be honest, really gory. And they die, and eventually one day the next day, I think it is, the two girls that they hated end up working on that animatronic, and Rosie starts talking in Jessica's voice. So from a lore perspective, I think that was a Funtime animatronic made by William Afton. In this FAZBEAR Frights universe, Rosie Porkchop is a Funtime animatronic made by Circus Babies. Rosie is Pigpatch and Chica combined. I don't know if it's that one, but I know that it's described to be a Funtime. I don't know. I think it's a stretch to just take two animatronics and... I mean, unless you're making that as a joke. Unless it's a joke. If you're joking, that's fine. I'm sorry. I took that too far. But I think that it's a Funtime animatronic, and Scott's introducing Rosie Porkchop to the roster. Together Forever is painful. The two main characters are so... it's better than Dance With Me. The ending is kind of cool, but the beginning and the two girls, Brittany and Jessica, are just so annoying. Like, you actively hate them. You hate those two protagonists. They're annoying. They do nothing for you. They're just... You're tired of them. You don't care. You just want the story to be done. That's it. Next up, we have Find Player 2. Find Player 2 is the story of a... Oh, lady. What's her name? Is it Abby? Abby? Amy. Amy used to go to a Freddy Fazbear's when she was younger. And one day, when she was playing with another girl by the name of... I forgot her name. Was it Susie? I think it was Susie. Susie. Whatever, Susie. I think we're going to say Susie. Mary Jo. I was actually wrong. Also, they spell Amy weird. Listen to this when they spell Amy. A-I-M-E-E. I've never met someone with the spelling of Amy, A-I-M-E-E. I've never heard it that way, but that's how it is in this story. And Amy, A-I-M-E-E, is a just young girl with her friend, Mary Jo, though they don't really like each other or they're friends, and they just like hanging out at Freddy Fazbear's, and there's this game called it's like a hide and seek. One person hides and the other person goes to seek them. And the game, one day when they're playing the game, this guy by the name of Emmett just appears, and Amy thinks that he's trying to kidnap a kid. Well, time passes. Turns out that Mary Jo goes missing, and Emmett gets convicted of being a kidnapper. He gets found guilty, gets put in prison for kidnapping Mary Jo. But no one ever finds Mary Jo. No one knows where her body is. No one knows where she is. So, then time passes. Emmett gets out of prison. Well, Amy goes to see where Emmett is. Tries to get Emmett to tell her where Mary Jo is. You know, where'd you get her? Where'd you put her? Did you kill her? What, you monster? Emmett says he didn't do it, and that he was falsely convicted. Amy tases him. They ends up tasing the dude. She goes to the Freddy Fazbear's, which has been replaced by a new restaurant. She finds a way to crawl into the back to that game, the one that Mary Jo was last seen at. Then when she finds out that the game is still on and it's playing as if you're supposed to find. So the game is stating that, hey, you never finished your game. Mary Jo is hiding and you need to find her. Amy, you need to find her. Well, listen to this. There is a weird way that it turns out that Mary Jo is still in there. Amy finds the body of Mary Jo, her corpse, and she was locked into the game and never got to escape. She never got let out because from that point on, the Freddy Fazbear's got closed. So no one ever played the game again. Amy then gets locked in there with Mary Jo. There are 10 years in between? Okay. 10 years. So, yeah, because he serves a 10-year sentence. I'm remembering now. He served a 10-year prison sentence. That's what it was. Fire Player 2 makes no sense when you think about it. It's a dumb story. It's a dumb story. That's why Find Player 2 is going to actually get put into the painful category, just behind Friendly Face. It was just so average. It wasn't really that good. It wasn't really that great. That's it. We have 2 left. Prankster is S tier. This is the best. Prankster is my favorite story. It's basically Jeremiah works at this video game company, and Prankster is there's like an electric virus. They're working on a VR game for Help Wanted. The virus takes over his 2 friends, Hope and Parker, and Jeremiah has to go through, like, basically it's kind of like some weird version of Saw. It's just, there's these horrible, like there's teeth and hair, and there's nails, like your fingernails, and it's just really gross. It's just really, I don't know. I just like the story because it's Glitch Trap. It's literally Glitch Trap going absolutely wild and just shing, 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 everyone just getting absolutely obliterated, and no one stands a chance. Hope and Parker are probably dead. I have a theory, but that's going to be in the video. But Jeremiah finds out that they are no longer themselves, and Glitch Trap took them over. That's it. I can't hear, by the way, because I'm in my brother's car, so I have the volume on mute. No worries. Seems about right, to be honest. Yeah, that's weird. For real, Prankster was amazing. It was such a good story. I actually love Prankster. I think it's one of the best stories that was made, and I am very sad that there were not more, because it was in the flesh, and we know exactly how I feel about that one. So I wish there was another Glitch Trap story besides in the flesh, but I'm happy that Prankster exists. Last one, Kids at Play. Okay? Kids at Play. The worst story of all time. Kids at Play is so bad. It's this kid who is a jerk. He runs over. He's just such a horrible person. Horrible protagonist. And it's just such a dumb story. I don't know who wrote this. Seriously. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so dumb. I don't really care. It's dumb. It's awful. There's no FNAF. Runs over a kid. Turns into a... I just want to show you guys something. He turns into this. The main character of this story, by the end of it, turns into this. This. That. This is it. This is what he turns into. I don't even know what to say. That's it. That's how I feel. That explains the story. That explains it. He turns into a traffic sign. The main character of a FAZBEAR Fright turned into a traffic sign. Let that sink in. They must have been... Wrong one. They must have been so out of ideas. They must have been so desperate and scraping the barrel for anything that they wrote this story. And it shows because it's the worst story out of all of them. I hate it. It's awful. So dumb. Does that have any lore implications? Well, you'll have to wait for the video for that one. How about that? Okay? You'll have to wait for the video for that one. But, yeah. One of the worst stories. Now, I want to show you guys something. Here, can you guys... Here, actually, let me go full screen. Let me fix it because I zoomed in. Hi, guys. You see my face really close. Say that you remember. Dancing in September. Okay, you guys see me? Cool. Hi guys, Mr. Wolf is here. I want to show you guys something. Listen to this. Books 1 through 3. Just keep track. We have 1 through 3. We have... What? Let me show you something. Hold up. Give me a second. We have book number 4. Step Closer. We have book number 5. Bunny Call. We have book number 6. Blackbird. Just keep track. Book number 7 is The Cliffs. The Cliffs. We have book number 8. Gumdrop Angel. We have book number 9. the Puppet Carver. We have book number 10, Friendly Face. And we have book number 11, Prankster. Okay. Alright. Listen. I can't see you guys. I can't see you guys in chat, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay. Okay. Hi, Stan. Sorry I couldn't mention him because of school. No worries, Clone. How you doing? Oh, you guys fell. Hi there. Okay, look. I'm gonna do this. Ready? I'm gonna rate them. I'm gonna take the books in general because I know that we did that. I'm just gonna do a final overall. Which books do I think are the worst and which do I think are the best? Okay, you guys ready? All right, let me sort this just so I can get this done. Okay. I know that this is like very confusing, but Fetch is number 1. No, sorry, I said that wrong. I should have done that differently. But Fetch is number 1. Fetch is my favorite book. You guys can literally see from my tier list. You guys can, here, let me do this. You guys can actually see from my tier list. You guys can see, I put 2 stories from Fetch as number 1. So Fetch is my favorite book. It has 2 of my favorite stories. There you go. Okay, so I mean, I can't really disagree with that. Next up, so we have that. Then, my least favorite one that I actually hated reading. I know that I gave credit to some of these, but Gumdrop Angel, absolute piss, poop, caca, whatever you want to call it. Just whatever language you speak, think of just translate what the word poop is. Just P-U-O-O-P-O-O-P. That's what that is. That is what Gumdrop Angel is. It's awful. Step Closer, good. Bunny Call, in the flesh, but it has, you know, it has the man in room 1280, and it has Bunny Call, so it's going to go in good, but with a little asterisk. Blackbird, the real Jake is good. I still hate the other stories. The Cliffs, we like the Cliffs. Psych, it's trash. Puppet Carver, how do we feel about Puppet Carver? Good, because I put 2 of them in average. Friendly Face, how do we feel about Friendly Face? Poop. Prankster. It hurts me because I love the story Prankster so much. But if I have to be honest, it goes in bad because 2 of the 3 stories absolutely are just awful. So, that's them. That's it. Get them out of here. I'm going to burn them someday. Who knows? I have to keep them because there might be a lore video that I have to do, but I honestly would rather just burn them. But it would be such a waste of money. Which one is the best cover art? Oh, by the way, I didn't buy Felix the Shark. I was going to say that. I didn't buy Felix the Shark. I did not buy it. I just did not. I did not buy it. I did not care enough. You're right, Crashmaster. Why, it might be rare someday. I just don't care about Felix the Shark. I don't know. I'll keep them, obviously. That's a lot of money that I spent on them. I wouldn't want to waste it. But, nah, I just did not care. I think that they're average at best. What about the lore implications? Well, that's what the video's for. That's what the video that is going to come out in a bit. Yeah, that's what that is. All right, guys. All right. I think I'm going to end it for today's stream. I'll be in the Discord if you guys want, !Discord. That's going to be it for today's stream. I was going to play some Glitch Attraction, but I think that I think that I've killed my viewership today because people got bored of me rating these books. So I think that what we'll do is we'll do Glitch Attraction in another stream. We'll get back into that. But for now, that's going to be it for today's stream. A good hour and a half stream. So glad we got to do all that. Thank you, Martin. I know. It's dumb. It's just, Botrix is just slightly dumb. No do Glitch Attraction? No, I'm going to call it. Because I think that people are, we lost a lot of people because they just kind of got bored of me talking about the books, and that's fine. So that's completely fine. But I think that we'll call it that for today. We'll call it. So !Discord if you guys want to join. We trying to get another video out. I got to voice that video, but we're cool. We're cool. I'll catch you guys in the Discord. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next stream or next video release. You never know which comes first. Bye-bye, and peace out. End screen here. That's not the end screen.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.